keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Very nice, I'm looking at the camera. Very nice, good, good, good. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you noticed by now, or at least you should. For those of you that are here for the first time, welcome to you as well. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. And the name of this wonderful channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. Guys, welcome to practice session number 62. It's been quite a while since I've done a practice session. For me, at least, it's been quite a while. And that's different things, weather and stuff like that. The weather's usually good out here, but people don't want to travel from a cold environment here, and I get it, I understand. Everybody doesn't have a trailer, but another beautiful day here in Pooler, Georgia. I think I have about 7 V.I.Preloaders and 1 preloader coming here today, so that's good. And if this is your first time watching a practice session, what we do out here is we covered 13 things. Today it's only going to be 12, and that's because construction has started out here. It looks like they're going to be putting some tennis courts up, and it's already started to affect what we do out here. The only way it's affecting us now is we have like dirt on the parking lot, and I use my blower to get rid of some of the dirt in most places, but there was so much dirt right there. I said, you know what, screw it, and that's usually where the offset double serpentine is, exercise number 8. But no big deal. We cover slow speed maneuvers out here. That's what we focus on the most, because that's the most important thing. That's what's going to help you be confident in riding your motorcycle at slow speeds, which leads to you being the boss of your motorcycle. And we start out with a warm-up exercise. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you stick around and you'll see. Also, guys, there's chapters in this video as well as my other practice session videos. So although these videos are long, if you don't want to watch it all and you just want to go specifically to something, there's chapters in it that makes it easy for you. But just keep in mind that this is not just for entertainment, because I know it is entertaining, but we're learning, right? So just be careful with the skipping around, even if you have to watch it in, in sections, when you have time, when time permits, fine. But I don't want you to not get all of the information that's going on here, all right? This is a positive environment. It's an each one teach one environment. There's no arrogance, there's no judgment, none of that stuff. So you can come out here and you can learn. Dropping your motorcycle's par for the course. Of course, we don't want to do it, but if it happens, it's not a huge deal. We want to properly protect our motorcycles. So if your motorcycle can take saddlebag guards, it should have saddlebag guards on it, or take the saddlebags off. All right, engine guards, if it can take that, put that on there, and you can get stuff that goes on that as well. So there's different things that we can do, but the point is, we don't want to not actually learn how to ride these motorcycles because we don't want to drop the motorcycle. It doesn't make a lot of sense, all right? I'm not gonna get into too much about that, but that's what we do out here. It's a good time. The whole thing is recorded for you guys, so no matter where you are in the world, you can benefit from watching these practice session videos. And I'm letting you guys know that if you can do what's out here, what I have set up out here for you, you can pretty much do anything on your motorcycle. Again, this is not a competition out here. I don't have this stuff set up so that it's really tight. It's not competition based. It's not motor officer based. It's just meant to raise your confidence so that you can do simple things like making right turns, left turns, and the infamous U-turn. All right, guys? All right. What we always do first, meet the V.I.Preloaders and the preloader, find out where they're from, what they ride, how long they've been riding, more importantly, how long they've been practicing slow speed riding, because that's the thing that matters the most, and how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed maneuvers. All right, guys, let's get it. All right, guys, so before we meet everybody else, we got to talk about this. This is Jerry. Jerry's a V.I.Preloader. Jerry's been here a while. He's been here a few times. He's really good on his bike. And I saw this on the back of his motorcycle. And I said, Jerry, what the hell is this thing? See if I can show you these guys this. And he goes, you'll see. He took it off the bike. And Jerry, let me tell you something, guys. I told you before, V.I.Preloaders and Preloader Nation, period. Above and beyond personalities. Jerry made this for me. And here's what this is. Here's a button right here. You press it down. And the end of it, see how the end of it goes in and out? He made this for me. I didn't ask him for this. What do you think this does? This is a back saver for me. I can pick up my cones. Jerry, what made you think of this?
I'm tired of bending over.
Yeah, because listen, these guys actually helped me out big time. I set this all up, and at the end of the day, they pick it up for me. So I guess Jerry said, I'm going to make this for Robert. You can hold it, but when I come here, when it's time to pick up these cones, look at that. And I'm sure I could put more on here, and then you just press the button. Boom. How awesome is that? Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. And what he told me is this is a prototype. Like he can make it better if it's above and beyond. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Wow, this is so, like, I want to go pick up the cones now. We haven't even started yet. All right, for those that don't know, what's your name?
Andy.
Where you from, Andy?
Asheville, North Carolina.
What are you riding?
KTM 890 Adventure.
I got my own mic. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
8 years.
How long have you been slow speed riding? Practicing?
A couple years.
Good. And what are you riding today? You said 18?
2021 KTM 890 Adventure.
All right. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate yourself?
7.
7. Awesome. And finally, you're not sandbagging. What's your name?
Jerry Smith,
Where you from, Jerry?
across Florida.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I get that one mixed up all the time.
Put
Probably
that closer.
25, 30 years.
What are you riding today?
2016 Ultra Classic.
More importantly, how long have you been slow speed practicing?
Probably a year and a half since I met you.
Okay, good. And you guys are in for a treat, trust me. What would you give yourself rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed?
I'm going to say 6.
Okay, and I got to ask you a question. 6 is bullcrap. I'm going to say that right now. But I got to ask you a question. What made you think of, well, I already asked you what made you think of making that device for me. But, like, I don't even know where the skill came from to do that.
Well, I grew up on the farm. And
Okay.
We had to engineer or come up with ways to solve problems.
Awesome. And we call that MacGyvering. He MacGyvered that thing, and that's awesome. I can't wait to show these guys if I haven't shown it yet. Thanks again for that, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, and hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I will. What's your name?
Dave,
Dave, where you from?
Gainesville, Georgia.
Dave, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
2 years, 5 months, 6 days.
How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
2 years, 5 months, 6 days.
Beautiful. Now this guy, he's been here multiple times, a few times with a different motorcycle. What do you have today?
I've got my Going today, my F6B Going.
Okay, and if you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, on this Gold Wing, what are you giving yourself?
On this Going, right now, probably about a 3.
Okay, all right, and that's why he brought the Gold Wing today, so we can practice on it. But on your Stratoliner, what do you give yourself?
On my Strat, I'd say I'm probably a good solid 6, 6.5.
Okay, good. And Stratoliner is sexy. I'm going to miss it today, but we got to practice on them both.
Yep.
Always a pleasure, brother.
All right, brother.
What's your name?
Clifford.
Cliff, you look so familiar. I feel like I saw you on practice session number 25 in Tennessee.
Yes, you did.
All right. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
5 years.
5 years. How long have you been slow speed practicing? That's more important.
For the past 4 years.
Okay, what are you riding today?
2013 Honda Going.
All right. And how long have you had that bike?
About 11 months now.
Okay, where are you from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. And if you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed skills, what would you give yourself?
Right now I give myself a 3.
3. All right. Looking forward to it, brother.
All right.
All right. What's your name?
Stephen Pleasant.
Steve, you look very familiar to me. I know I've seen you in at least 2 practice sessions. Am I correct?
Right, this is the third one. The first one was here in Pooler, and then the second one was in Maryland.
Yes.
I was on my way to the third one in Asheboro, North Carolina, and my bike broke down on the way.
Yes.
So I didn't make that one, but I'm here and I'll be at the March 12th.
Beautiful. And that bike was possessed. You got a new bike today. What are you riding today?
So a 22 Harley Pan America.
Nice.
So I did have the 21 and it was full of bugs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's a first year model, you can expect, you know, bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got this one, the 22, and so far so good, and I'm loving it. It's my first bike.
Beautiful. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
It's 1 year now that I've been riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So it was down a couple of months in the, you know, the year. So I would say 9 consistent months of riding, and I have about a total of 9,000 miles in that 9 months. Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been slow speed practicing?
I from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know, when I finished the motorcycle course, I came here within, I think, maybe 6 weeks, and I practice, you know, all the time at stoplights, coming into my garage, my parking garage, you know, looping around the different levels. I'm watching, and so I'm practicing all the time, keeping my foot up, mindful of how I stop, and you know, when I go grocery shopping in the Costco parking lot.
That's right.
So it's always present in my head.
Exactly, and that's why I say practice is a state of mind. Where are you from?
I live in Raleigh. I moved from Raleigh to Raleigh 2 years ago from DC after about 30 years.
Okay, and if you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed, what would you give yourself?
A 5.
Okay, 5 is definitely decent. Aren't you on TikTok and Instagram, and I don't know if you're on anything else, are you?
Well, I am. My goal is to start a YouTube channel.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell them what you do.
Well, I am a psychotherapist by professional training. And so now I'm moving into coaching and, you know, moving out of psychotherapy, and I work in mindset coaching. How to be successful, you know, it always starts in your mind. The tendency is that we want to change things on the outside, but if we don't change them on the inside, meaning your mindset first, what you change on the outside will eventually, it won't hold. So it's important to do the inside work to get yourself set up mentally so that you start moving in the right direction with velocity. So that's what I do, and I'm learning how to, you know, vlog, you know, and all that, the technical aspect of it.
Yeah, and I'm doing a podcast with you, right? It's your first one?
Yes, yes. Next week, I'm going to be interviewing this gentleman right here, and it's going to be on a Facebook Live, and please join it. It's Stephen Pleasant, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, and Pleasant, like have a pleasant day. It's going to be a Tuesday at 1 p.m., and I'm going to have an interview with this young man here, Robert Simmons, and but not just a typical interview of, you know, how to ride a bike. It's like what's behind riding a bike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like riding a bike as a way to, you know, as I see it, it's like personal growth and development. When you learn to ride a bike, it's just not riding a bike. It's so much more than that. It's about who you are riding that bike.
That's right.
So.
Big stuff here on Preloader Nation, guys, I'm telling you, and within Preloader Nation, all walks of life. We got people building me tools to pick up my cones with ease. We got psychotherapists. I'm sure we got a lot more too. Pleasure, brother.
All right, thank you.
What's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron, where you from?
Townsend, Georgia.
Beautiful. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
7, 8 years now.
Beautiful. How long have you been slow speed practicing?
Today will be my first day.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. What are you riding today?
2015 Road King.
Beautiful. And if you had to give yourself a rating, slow speed skills 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give yourself?
Can I go lower than 1?
People have.
We'll stick with 1.
Okay, 1. All right, brother. All right, guys, 1 through, well, it's not 1 through 9 because we're skipping 8, but we're going to do 1 through 7 and then do 9 and then do the bonus, which there are going to be some people participating in that. And then we're going to do a slow race and then follow the leader. All right, let's do it. All right, guys. Well, the good thing is we only got 1 rookie out here. Everybody else has been here. Clifford is kind of a rookie because he's been here only 1 other time, and that was a long time ago. But he's on a new bike today. So, yeah, I'm going to call Clifford a rookie, too. Yeah, because but listen, as always, we have all skill levels that come out here and practice because that's what this is. It's not a competition. is practice. So some people that have it kind of figured out, you're practicing to fine tune. If you're still trying to figure it out, you're practicing to get better. The goal is always the same, to be the boss of the motorcycle. All right, so with that being said, take your egos, leave them on the curb, because we're here to learn. No arrogance, no judgment, no name calling. It is what it is, all right? We're here to get better. And it's an each one teach one. So if you see something that you can help somebody out with, by all means, share it with them. I'm gonna have to, I gotta show you guys something. Matter of fact, let me go get it. Jerry made this for me. Oh my God. This is gonna be the second time that this is mentioned on the video, but it's worth it. So Jerry pulled up with this thing across the back of his bike. And I said, Jerry, what's this on your bike? And he goes, I got something for you. So I thought that he was bringing me something to hit people with when they grab the front brake. But no, he invented this thing to pick up cones. And it's a little button right here. So you just stick that in, and you can just keep going around, picking them up. And when you finish, I can come over here, you press this button, and it releases them. And I was like, what kind of MacGyver? So impressive, man.
It's a cone picker upper.
Yeah, it really is. So look at that, man. This is just, and Jerry told me, I asked him in the interview, but he told me, growing up on the farm, you know, you had to improvise, make stuff up. And
He actually made that?
he made that.
Like he invented that.
He invented, and then he told me this is a prototype. He can make it better for me if I need it. Like this, just amazing. Thanks again, Jerry. This is so crazy. And rode here with it on the back of his motorcycle like this. Can't make this stuff up, man. I tell you, man. All right, guys. So, as I was saying, most of you are familiar with this, so that's great. So a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, you're probably going to hear. You've probably heard it already, and that's fine. Repetition equals retention. First 5 steps, okay? Very important today. We all know about the motorcycle as far as it's a gyroscopic machine. Power to the rear wheel is what keeps it going. Trust and believe. Steve is the one that said he trusts and believes intellectually. I think that's true with a lot of people. A lot of people, that's true. We're going to find that out today. What I want you guys to do is follow the first 5 steps. I find that when people stray away from this, that's when they start running into problems. First 5 steps. Step number 1. What's always step number 1? I'm going to ask you because you're the rookie. It's not step number 1, but it should be.
Rule number 1.
Yeah, exactly. Rule number 1. All right, step number 1 is make sure your motorcycle is in first gear. That is always step number 1. Always, always, always. It's just a habit. Make sure it's in first gear. Step number 2, we're going to cover the rear brake. All right, covering the rear brake means put your foot on it. All right. That way, if you need it, you don't have to worry about going to it and then smashing at it. Everything we do today is herky-jerky. That's why it's not herky-jerky. That's why I said put your egos on the curb. That's another reason why, because today we're going to be ballet dancers, and everything we do, we're going to do with grace and fluidity, right? When you do stuff herky-jerky on your motorcycle at slow speeds, it's exaggerated. 50 miles per hour, if you do something, no big deal, because that power is going to keep it up anyway. But when you're going slow, everything you do is exaggerated. So that's why we don't want to do anything herky-jerky with the clutch, brake, anything like that, right? Unless the situation dictates it, which it could, but most of the time it won't, all right? Most of us don't like the way we feel going slow. So if you start adding this to it, yeah, it's going to feel even worse. But we know anytime we feel, uh-oh, what's the answer? Go back into the friction zone. Open up the clutch because we're already preloaded, right? I'm doing this on purpose because the more you watch, you're going to say, let me go back and watch because I'm saying the same stuff all the time. Okay, so step number 1, make sure it's in gear, first gear. Step number 2, we're covering the rear brake. Step number 3, preload the throttle and keep it loaded. I want you guys to listen to your engines today, all right? That's the most important thing in my opinion, or one of the most, because that's the only thing that's going to make this motorcycle fall at slow speeds. Not enough power to the rear wheel. Now keep in mind, your RPMs could be at 6,000. If you got the clutch pulled in, it's not going to help you. So that's why I say make sure you have sufficient power going to the rear wheel. So that means preload, right? I did it today. I said to myself, I'm going to try to go through the single serpentine with my motorcycle just idle. On my motorcycle, at least on Angel, that's not happening because it's going like this, right? And again, I told you I want to be smooth. So that's why I keep my throttle elevated. Not high, not low, elevated. So just listen to your throttle. If you're on a Harley, you know you can hear it, but you can feel it because it's going to be shaking more than it normally shakes, all right? And if it's low, I'm going to tell you preload, preload, or throttle, throttle. If I say throttle, I'm not saying go fast. I'm saying raise your RPMs, all right? Listen for it. It's going to take time, but listen for it. Because if it's elevated and you get accustomed to listening to that, whenever you feel, uh-oh, you already hear it. You know you just have to do this. This is always going to make the correction, always. You know, you might not have to open it all the way up because you want to still be in the friction zone. Depends on the circumstance. If the bike's leaning all the way over, yeah, you're going to have to open it all the way up. Maybe even throttle it more. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it based on the circumstance, based on what you feel, based on what you see, that's being the boss of the motorcycle, right? And the only way we're going to get there, you have to practice this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Step number 4, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Now what happens is when people start releasing the clutch, they start letting out the throttle too. And I hear that throttle going down. That's when it's most important, when you're opening up the clutch. That's why people stall, because they let the preload go down, they open up the clutch, right? Preload, slowly release the clutch, and as soon as that motorcycle starts to move, step number 5, pick up your left foot. Why not your right foot, Robert? Because your right foot's covering the rear brake, right? Okay. Follow these steps all day. And as the day goes by, I'll see people, they got both feet down, and when they take off like this. So already I can see they're not following step number 2, cover the rear brake. Just trust me, right? I'm not talking, just for today. I prefer you do it all the time. But if you get in the habit of doing this, it won't be 5 steps anymore. You just do it. And when you take off, when I say preload and keep it loaded, some people go, am I supposed to just be sitting there holding my throttle? What about my clutch? No. Remember, I put it in steps because when you don't know what to do, your brain races. But if you follow steps, eventually those steps disappear and you just do it. So the preload will actually be, that's it. You know, you hear it, you go. All right, any questions? All right, taking off today, nice and easy. We're slowly releasing the clutch into the friction zone. If you open up the clutch slowly, your motorcycle is going to start to move slowly. If you open it quick, it's going to move quick, right? Depending on where your clutch is. So the way you start is the same way I want you to stop. Nice and controlled, all right? So when you stop, if you're in the habit of stopping, pulling in the clutch and coasting, and then coming to a stop, sometimes that can work out because the balance is good. But sometimes when you get into that realm of speed where now you start going like this with your handlebars, people that don't know about the rear brake and going back into the friction zone, as soon as they feel a loss of balance, it's time to stop. So they grab the front brake and they put their foot down, and that's why you see an abrupt stop. And if you're stopping someplace where this is on the ground, that's not good. It's a lot of weight. People are trying to catch the bike. That's how we get hurt. Strain ligaments and stuff like that. But if you're in the habit of always stopping like this, even if that's there, not going to be a problem. Just like when we do right turns and left turns from a stop, and I say don't lean. Not going to be a problem if you're straight up versus if you're leaning. Same concept, all right? Does everybody here understand how to come to a smooth stop? It goes back to the same thing. If you feel, uh-oh, even when you're stopping, the answer is power to the rear wheel. Not a lot because you're trying to stop. So, rear brake, 70-80% rear brake, 20% throttle. Go back into the friction zone, straighten out the handlebars, smooth stop. All right? Today, do not stop with your handlebars turned. All right? Not a good idea. Make sure you straighten out the handlebars before you stop. How do we do that? Same concept. Friction zone, friction zone, friction zone, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Bing! Like that. I don't want to see you guys taking off and keeping one foot down. I need you to trust and believe that it's going to be okay. And you don't need speed. The first thing we're going to do today is short starts and stops. Now, that exercise to me is so important because no matter what you do, it always comes back to that. You have to start and you have to stop. So it should be smooth. The other thing about this, and a lot of stuff that we do out here, is coordination. A lot of people are uncoordinated, and that's why when they do stuff, it looks so, because they're just doing stuff in the wrong order. That's all it is. But the more you practice this, the more you'll understand that, all right, sometimes the answer is rear brake, sometimes it's pull the clutch in, sometimes it's let the clutch out. All of these things are going to come naturally, but you have to practice it. It's that simple. All right? Any questions? All right, guys, warm up, short starts and stops. All right, Andy. Beautiful. Next cone. Nice. Head and eye straight ahead. See how he's stopping? Look at his foot coming down. And this bike is tall for him. One more. All right, one more. All right, good job, Andy. You can head over there. You hear his throttle go up that time when he was coming to a stop? It's because he felt it was going to be unsteady, so he gave a little bit of power to right him a little bit, make the motorcycle true. And the motorcycle's tall for him. Andy's short, so he needs to be smooth to make sure that stop can be right on the ball of his feet. Excellent. Nice. Next cone. Very nice. Next one. Very nice. One more. One more. Nice and easy. Head and eye straight ahead. Good. Good job. Good park. Very nice. This is Cameron. Just got this Road King. Now, what did the camera pick up? And you touching that front brake. That's 10 push-up penalty. All right, right here. Preload, head and eye, straight ahead. One more. All right, remember, pick that foot up right away. Good. Slow down. All right, take off a little slower. There we go. Very nice. One more. Good job, Cameron. You can park. So you notice right there when I told him, pick your foot up right away, what did he do next? He introduced speed, because if you're going to pick his foot up right away, he wants to feel confident. But not necessary. And he corrected that the next 2 times that he did it. Power to the rear wheel. That's all he needs. All right, next cone. All right, next one. This is the slow speed champion, Jerry. One more. Good job, brother. Slow speed champ. I got Steve here. Good job. Next cone. Next cone. All right, take off a little slower and stay slow. There we go. There we go. Excellent. You can go park. That was excellent. You saw his handlebar started to do this. He didn't put a foot down. Just gave it some power. He was good. Excellent. Go ahead. Nice stop. A little slow on the takeoff. All right, a little slower on the takeoff. There we go. There we go. One more. Nice, Dave. You're good. You see, and sometimes the coordination is with your feet too. So he's putting his foot down where it's almost like he's walking, stopping. Nice. First cone, this is Cecil. Nice. Head and eye straight ahead, Cecil. All right, take off a little bit slower. There we go. Good. All right, remember, front wheel at the cone. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. Don't pass it. Front wheel at it. Good. One more. Excellent. You can go park, man. Good job. All right. Now I started to say I want his preload to be a little bit higher. Probably doesn't need to be on that Victory. All right. Everybody knows their motorcycle. If your idle's high enough, then your preload doesn't need to be as high. All right. We'll talk to them and then move on to exercise number 1. Okay, so right now, Cameron owes me 10 push-ups. Cecil owes me 10 push-ups. Oh, he did them, okay. Cecil almost did it right here. He's pulling up, Dave stops, and I see his bike go. Hand all over that front brake, and the handlebars were turned, right? No, Cecil. So, that exercise, what you guys did there, that's what I want you doing all day. Every time you stop your motorcycle, I want you concentrating on stopping that smoothly, right? Whenever you go out and ride, whenever you stop, concentrate on stopping smoothly. That's always your goal. So that way it becomes second nature. So that's one of the things I think we should be almost experts at. Because if you ride your motorcycle, you can't avoid stopping it, right? Cameron was rolling, and I said to him, when he went to take off, he was doing the tap, right? That means he doesn't really at that speed, didn't feel comfortable. So I said, listen, I want you to take off a little bit slower. No, I told him, pick your foot up right away. That's what I told him. Pick your foot up right away. So the next time he went, he took off like this. Because what do we do when we want to feel more comfortable at slow speeds? A, we'll put our foot down, that was the tap, or 2, we'll introduce speed. That was a quick takeoff. Then I told him, start off slower, bam, correction made. The next two were nice and smooth. And I'm doing this for a reason, guys, because once we get to exercise number 4, where you have to make a turn, speed is not going to be the answer, right? You have to be going slow, straight up, and make that turn. All right? Any questions? If you guys have any questions, definitely ask them. Okay, next exercise. That's why Andy was down there. We're going to be kind of doing the same thing, but now we're doing it from speed. Again, this is not, I say this all the time, this is not emergency braking. You don't have to be flying at me, and Andy is still going to come at me at 45 miles an hour. I'm going to be right here with the camera. I just want you guys to ride to me, go up to second gear. And the purpose of this exercise is I want you to be comfortable. Front brake initially, or both brakes. Downshift, because when we're emergency braking, people squeeze the brakes, but they forget about the downshift. So that's what we're doing. And then right before you're going to stop, get off that front brake, rear brake only. Your rear brake is like, your front brake is like a paint roller. Broad painting. And then that rear brake is when you're cutting with the paintbrush. It's going to smooth things out, fine tune everything. So if you want to make sure the end part comes out nice and smooth without you having to be a surgeon, rear brake only, okay? Now, I tell people this also, and they're doing 20 miles per hour, they're on the rear brake. Listen, if you really want to stop this motorcycle, you have to use the front brake. But right before you want to stop it, get off the front brake, rear brake only. All right? Everybody clear on that? All right, let's do it. Nice, Andy. You can park right here. Nice takeoff. All right, Cliff. Nice, Cliff. And a nice takeoff. All right, Cameron, foot up, very good. Downshift. Good job. He had his front fingers hovering over the front brake. We're going to talk about that too. Nice, Jerry. That's Steve. Excellent. So far, everybody's takeoff. The preloads are good. Nice, Dave. Last but not least, we got Cecil here. Off that front brake.
Don't hold it, let's have it.
Exactly. All right, you can park over here. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Cecil said, I wasn't holding it. Then he said, it's just habit. Thank you. Because once, if you go like this with your hand and the lever moves, yeah, you're grabbing the front brake. But that's why we're here. We're here to practice. Because if we don't, that's why we start out with stuff. Everything we're doing now, we're going straight. Your motorcycle's a lot more forgiving going straight. Once we start turning, if you're still messing with that front brake, you know, that's when stuff happens. Cameron this time, he was off the front brake. But his fingers were over it. And they were shaking. Like he wanted to grab it so bad. So how many of you guys were taught to ride covering your front brake? Exactly, and I can see it shows. And I'm not telling you not to ride like that out there. But when you're doing slow speed maneuvers, you're never touching that front brake. So there's no reason. And if you do that during a slow speed maneuver, now you don't have proper grip because your hand is like this. So don't worry about the front brake. Now, if you're going from one exercise to another, no big deal. In an exercise, no front brake at all, period. Because we're going 1 to 10 miles per hour. That's the speed that we're going. The 1 through 3 is exercise number 4, right, left turns from a stop. Everything else, for the most part, is like 6 through 10, right? But we'll get to that. All right? Anybody have any questions with that? This stuff's important because, again, sometimes you'll see people put their foot down and then put it down again. That's what I talk about coordination. They put their foot down too early. Remember, nobody's stopping your motorcycle but you. And how quickly it's going to stop is determined by how much pressure you grab the front brake, squeeze the front brake, I'm sorry, and then at the end, how much pressure you put on the rear brake to finish that stop off. So, Cameron, when you were coming, you were still going at a good clip of speed when you got off the front brake. But I know you probably said, I'm not doing any more push-ups, so screw that, I'm getting off of it. Your front brake, you can use your front brake all the way down to 5 miles per hour. I don't care, you're going straight. But when you finish it out, get off of it, rear brake only, all right? I don't want you guys to think the front brake is not your friend, but it's not your friend doing slow speed stuff, okay? And you play how you practice. If we get you out of the habit of grabbing it, squeezing it out here, then anytime out there when you slow down, immediately, if you're going slow, you're in the gas station, you're gonna do something. You're not even gonna be thinking about doing this. You're just gonna have your foot over that rear brake, and you're gonna do what you gotta do, and everybody that knows how to ride a motorcycle is gonna be looking at you like, that guy must be a motor officer. No, he just knows how to ride. He's a preloader, or a V.I.Preloader. Any questions? All right, moving on, exercise number 2, and at least a quarter of you guys are already doing it. The slow ride, all right? You're gonna go down there, I'm gonna have you ride to me normally, come to a stop, I'm gonna be standing right there, and then we're gonna do the slow ride, all right? Riding aside me, I'm gonna be walking, you're gonna be riding at a slow pace. The purpose of this exercise is, you don't have to go extremely slow, like Jerry's gonna be doing, like Andy, because they practicing for later. I already know. I told Andy, don't go 45 miles per hour. How fast was he going? And all I see is a pollen just flying from his motorcycle because it's all over the ground out here, just so you guys know. It's pollen season. It's pollen season, people. I'm not complaining. Some of you guys have white stuff all over the ground. We have pollen. I'll take the pollen. All right. Now, there's a few ways you guys can do this, right? You can go in and out of the friction zone, meaning open up your clutch, give you a little bit, pull it in, coast. Never have to touch the rear brake. Or you can preload your throttle, keep it loaded, slowly open up the clutch as soon as it starts to move, and drag the rear brake while you're doing it. Or you can do a variation of both. This is what I mean when I say, once you start getting accustomed to these things, you're gonna figure out what you wanna do based on that situation. The purpose of this is I want you to go slow. If you can go in a straight line, you're going too fast. I'm gonna say slow down. But I want you to start having to do this with your handlebars, but instead of putting your foot down, I want you to just work it out. Give power to the rear wheel. That's always gonna help you. Any questions? Let's do it. All right, guys, exercise number 2. And I always like the camera facing this way. Why do you think that is? Because that's the side that his rear brake is on, so I can keep an eye on it. All right, ready, champ? All right, let's see. Let's do it. So this is my walking pace. Andy's always gonna be a lot slower than me, so I don't make him do it long. All right, thanks, man. A lot slower than I'm walking. All right. You ready, Cliff? All right, let's do it. Excellent, Cliff. Excellent. Yeah, he's rocking that gold wing. I see 2 feet up on camera, not following the steps. So I see when you start off, 2 feet come up.
Yes, sir.
Follow the steps. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Preload. Good. Slow down, slow down. Good job. So he actually got himself up to a good speed where when I told him to slow down, he was able to pull in the clutch and just coast. I ran out of space. I was gonna have him do it again, but he's good. All right, you ready? Got another slow speed champ here. So I'm not gonna make him do a long either. All right, Jerry, you're good. They're just practicing for later. That's what's happening. Stops are very smooth. Ready? Let's do it. Now Steve was practicing this earlier too, so good job. Ready? Let's do it. Very nice. Very nice. Very little effort. He's got a very sensitive throttle. And his idle is good, where he doesn't have to even preload his motorcycle. He can just open up the clutch and he's good to go. All right, ready? Let's do it. Head and eye straight ahead. Good. And Cecil was doing this earlier too, so slow down, slow down. Good. All right, good job. All right, nothing much to talk about with that, guys. They did excellent. Exercise number 3 next, trust and believe. So I forgot to say that we're not duck walking today with 1 feet or 2. So when I said those 5 steps that we go through, and the first thing we did, the warm up, that's what we're gonna use all the time. So if I say, okay, Cameron, I want you to do me a favor, put your motorcycle right here. What is he gonna do? He's gonna make sure he's in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload his throttle, keep it loaded, slowly release the clutch. As soon as it starts to move, he's gonna pick up his foot. And because it's a short distance, like we practice, he's just gonna do that, which is nothing but exercise number 2, what we just did. And then he's gonna come to a smooth stop and put his foot down, all right? All right, if he's making a turn, same thing. Nothing changes no matter what we're doing. We're using the same techniques all the time. I said in my video, which I'm very happy today, I said not once has somebody come out here with a different motorcycle and I said, oh man, I gotta teach you a whole different set of techniques. It's always the same, right? And today we got Harley, a Harley adventure bike, 2 gold wings, a Victory, was it KTM, another gold wing, 2 different styles of gold wing. So, but they're all doing the same thing, right? Just keep that in mind. All right, any questions so far regarding what we did? Exercise number 3, trust and believe. Love, love, love this exercise. You're gonna love it too. And you're gonna, yeah, you're gonna love it because this is the exercise, in my opinion, that's gonna start getting rid of that falling fear, right? Because you're gonna know what to do now, and putting your foot down is not what you're supposed to do, right? That's how we get hurt, right? And all of our motorcycles today, with the exception of maybe Andy and Steve, if this bike starts to go down and you put your foot out and the bike is moving, so your foot's moving back and up, your heel, Achilles, whatever, is gonna meet something hard and it's gonna lose that battle, right? So we wanna be out of the habit of doing that and be in the habit of doing this. This is the problem solver. This is the potential problem creator, all right? So we have to really trust and believe that this is the answer, because when we feel falling, our natural instincts kick in. If you push, somebody push you from the back, your instinct is to put your arms out. We don't have to teach you that, right? But now we got to teach you something different on the motorcycle. So 5 steps here. What's always step number 1, Cameron? He's a quick learner. Make sure you're in first gear, that's right. Step number 2, we're going to cover the rear brake. Step number 3, we're going to preload the throttle and keep it loaded. Keeping it loaded is so important. Step number 4, now we're going to put the clutch right before the friction zone, right before it. I don't want you in it. I want you right before it. So when your motorcycle's running, take your foot off the rear brake a little bit, open up the clutch. As soon as you feel it start to move, pull it back in a little. That's right before it. And then cover the rear brake. Step number 5, you're going to pick up your left foot with the motorcycle not moving at all. If I see your front wheel move a little bit, I'm going to say you're moving. Trust and believe. When you feel the motorcycle start to fall, open up your hand. Don't pop it open. Unless you let the motorcycle get all the way over, you might have to pop it open at that point. But this is why your preload is so important. People, when they start when they pick up their foot, all the concentration's gone, and I hear the RPMs going down. You don't want to do that, right? Just like you don't want to be too far in, because then when the motorcycle's falling, you open up your hand, it's still falling because you're not in the friction zone yet, all right? So this is what I mean when I say I'm trying to make it easy for you. Right before the friction zone, and I don't want you to think that this is a race. Like, don't pick up your foot and then just open your hand. I need you to feel it falling, one way or the other. Also, there's no reason, trust me, I get it. There's no reason for you guys to sit there and hold it. I hear the preload. And I'm saying to myself, what are you waiting for? Because you're trying to mentally get prepared for this. We're not doing a tightrope, right? It's not that difficult, guys, right? So if you pick up your foot and as soon as you pick it up, it starts to fall, don't put your foot back down. You're in the exercise. As soon as you feel it, that's going to give you an answer. And when you do that, I want you to come to a smooth stop, all right? Always be in control. I'm going to demonstrate it right here, right in front of the camera. I'm not going to hit him unless my brakes fail. So let's hope that doesn't happen. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, clutch. All right, there it is for me. So I'm good. Foot. Smooth stop. I'm telling you guys, I want you to come to a smooth stop, not an emergency stop. So don't jam your brake. I don't care how far you go, but I just want you to stop smoothly. Any questions? All right, guys, exercise number 3. All right, ready when you are. Nice, Andy. Andy's just showing off now. All right. Good, good. Preload that throttle, keep it loaded. When you're ready, pick up that foot, let it out, come to a stop. Nice, Cliff, very nice. All right. Now, when you made that turn, I see everything's shaking more because your RPMs were a little low. Okay. Just make sure you keep in mindful of that. Make sure you keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. Okay. First gear. Yes. Cover the rear brake. Yes. Yes, preload your throttle. Keep it loaded. Good. Clutch right before this friction zone. All right. Pull it in a little. Good. When you're ready, keep it loaded. Pick up that foot. Make sure the motorcycle's not moving. It's moving. It's moving. There we go. Keep it loaded. Listen to that throttle. Keep it there. You're moving. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Let it out, let it out. Try it again. Good. Keep the preload right there. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Pick up your foot. Good. Let it out, let it out. Let it out. Come to a stop. Come to a stop. Good. All right, you know what you're doing. Andy's trying to show you up, man. Nice, do it again, Jerry. Nice. All right, first gear, check, cover the rear brake, preload. Hold it there, right before the friction zone. Nope, don't move. Good. All right, when you're ready, pick up that foot. Let it out. Trust and believe, Steve. Intellectually. Head and eye, straight ahead. Let it out, let it out. Brake. Good job. Nice, you're stopping smooth on this thing, man. All right, you know what you're doing. Head in your eye, straight ahead. Do it again, Dave. This time pick up your foot and make sure the motorcycle's not moving. All right, good job. All right, Cecil. All right, we got to watch that speed coming around. All right, we're going to work on that one in the next exercise. All right, are you clear what we're doing here? All right, make sure you keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. Preload the throttle. Keep it loaded. You're in first gear, correct? Covering the rear brake. Clutch right before the friction zone. Right, pull it in a little bit so you're not in the friction zone. Okay, good. When you're ready, pick up your foot. Don't let the motorcycle move at all. Good. Come to it. Keep it loaded. Come to a smooth stop. Go around. Try that again. Go around. Do it one more time. Thanks, Jerry. Nice stop. All right, let's try it again. This time, don't move. Oh man, I haven't seen one of these in years. Those were on all the police cars with the car numbers. Okay. Yeah, head and eye straight ahead. Preload, don't move. Make sure the bike's not moving at all. When you pick up your foot, it shouldn't be moving. Now, when you picked up your foot before, your throttle went down. That's what we don't want it going down. So listen to the engine. Just concentrate on that. Don't worry about nothing else. Pick up the foot. All right, good, good. Oh, you were good. You were good. Try it again. Right there, right there. Try it again. Right from right there. Come to a stop. Good. You're good. Preload, preload. You're good, you're good. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. That was good. Guys, this is what I mean when I say all of these exercises build on one another, right? And that's why I have them in this order. So when we do exercise number 3, I purposely make you have to come and make a left turn to do it. And Cliff, I can see Cliff's like this motorcycle. He don't want to turn those bars. So that's why Cliff ended up at an angle instead of straight. And Cecil said, I'm just going to go fast to make this turn. So he kind of gave me a little bit of speed, right? Also, remember, Cecil, when you took off from over there, you kept your foot down like this. And when you brought your foot up, it was this close to your saddlebag guard. All right, that's why we pick up our foot as soon as the motorcycle starts moving. No reason to keep it on the ground while it's going, because we know if we don't like the way it feels, all we have to do is open up our hand. Like I'm guaranteeing you your money back that you don't have to worry about it. It's going to stand up. It's going to go straight because that's what it was designed to do. That's what it always wants to do. That's all it knows how to do. It needs us to steer, but as far as going straight, it doesn't need us. It just needs power. Okay? All right. Any questions on trust and believe? Trust and believe is something you can practice, not anywhere, right? But I definitely want you to practice it because it definitely helps. But we all learn differently. Some of us it helps. Some people are just petrified of it. But I guarantee you, if you can get over the discomfort, as slight as it is, sitting still, it's going to help you even more when you're getting to a turn where you're leaning, right? Because now more stuff is involved. But the thing that's also involved that you don't have there is you have some momentum, all right? Okay. All right. That brings us to exercise number 4, trust and believe, where we're going to take care of some people that don't really want to turn because you have to turn here. Now, this exercise, just like the other ones, I don't want to see any leaning at all when you make this turn. If you're leaning, it's showing me you're going too fast. Remember, I told you 1 to 2 miles per hour, maybe 3 in here. Any faster than that, you're going too fast, which means you're taking up more space. The goal here is to make this turn, clear these cones, Steve, with those big ass saddlebags. Keep your motorcycle straight up and end up somewhere in the middle of this turn. That's the goal. If you're over here, that's okay. If you hit the cones, that's okay. Just don't put your feet down, all right? That's what I don't want. I don't want you to put your foot down. We can work on you hitting a cone or something like that. It's not a big deal, okay? 8 steps to this exercise. Step number 1, always step number 1, Cameron.
Make sure it's in first gear.
That's right, make sure it's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload the throttle and keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Step number 5 is head and eyes. Whichever way we're going, that's where we're going to look. And we're going to keep looking. What's the 3 C's in Preloader Nation? Confidence. Control. Consistency. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Magna cum laude. The consistency is what I'm talking about here. When I say turn your head and your eyes and look, consistently look. Don't look here, then look at this cone, here, look at, and that's with your head or your eyes. You can't trick your brain, and you're damn sure not tricking me, as people do it all the time. They got their head turned, but I'm looking at their eyes, looking at the cone. You're still gonna go to the cone. Keeping it loaded, that's being consistent, right? Consistently keep it loaded. Step number 6, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Step number 7, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your left foot. And then step number 8, turn the handlebars, whichever way we're going. These are the 8 steps. Now, I do recognize that some people are not going to be comfortable with their front wheel here. That's fine. If you want to start further back, that's fine. If you feel more comfortable being over here to make a left turn, that's fine. This is not a competition. But just keep in mind, as you learn this, you're going to realize, I don't need to be here. I don't need to be back there. There's plenty of room. Some people say, do I have to turn my handlebars first? The answer is no. Now, some people's motorcycles, like that breakout I have, the handlebars don't turn as far. I'm still fine from this line, but you can actually go straight first and then turn your handlebars. Remember, any discomfort you feel, power to the rear brake, power to the rear wheel, apply pressure to the rear brake at the same time to stabilize the motorcycle. Okay? Any questions? All right.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead, Steve.
So, at what point do you turn your wheel, like as far as where it is in the lane that you're turning?
Excellent question. Steve's question is, at what point do I turn my wheel? So that's going to depend on what you're riding. If you're riding a Goldwing, you might have to start turning earlier because their handlebars are like this. I don't know what it is on your bike, but on a bagger, Harley Davidson bagger, it turns a lot. So I'm going to tell you, once your front wheel gets here, Steve, you can start turning. Because it's not like you're going so slow that you're going to turn full lock and worrying about hitting this, but that's why we're straight up. If you're not leaning, you should be fine. If you wait to turn late, which I notice a lot of people do, they get about right here and start turning. Now you have to lean because there's no way you're going to make that straight up. Any other questions? Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? All right, first time you guys go through, I want you to go straight through. Don't stop. Straight through, going left. I'm going to put the camera over there. I want you to look at the camera, go to it. Don't hit it. Just go to it. When I tell you, then you're going to come to a stop. Stop wherever you want. I'm not going to let you stop all the way back here, though. Like inside this box, right? Stop wherever you want. And then make the turn from a stop. Remember what we did in that exercise? The same thing applies here. The only difference is turning the handlebars. And then lastly, I'm going to tell you to stop here and then stop there. Because again, we have to be in control at all times. Head and eyes is going to alleviate most of our problems where people go to make a turn and then they see something. They don't know how to get out of that turn, so they wind up dropping the bike. And then they're cursing out whoever or whatever got there. But if they looked first and saw it, they wouldn't even commit it to the turn, right? And then you have to know how to straighten those handlebars before you stop. And if you do this straight up, so much easier to do that than coming out of a lean. Still possible, but easier. All right, any questions? I'm gonna demonstrate it and then you guys can have at it. Now I exaggerate it all the time. You don't have to go as slow as I'm going. That's just the way I practice. Head and eyes. Right in the middle. Straight up. So as I'm approaching, right? As I'm approaching, when I tell you guys to do it without stopping, whatever speed I'm going, I stay at that speed for the most part. Unless you're going too fast, slow down. Straighten out, smooth stop, left turn, first gear, cover the rear brake, preload. Head and eyes. Slowly release the clutch. Pick up the foot. Handlebars. Hold it. Rear brake, rear brake. Right in the middle. And then last, we're going to stop. Smooth stop. Let's do it. Nice, Andy. Nice, Cliff. Good. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. Keep looking at it. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Excellent, Cameron. Excellent. Head and eyes, Jerry. Beautiful. Speed is perfect. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. Nice. Nice, Dave. Good. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. I never did it. Is it off?
No, it's not.
Turn it off. Okay, why'd it drop?
Lost my friction.
Yeah,
It wasn't in the friction.
I saw your hand going like this on your clutch. So remember, if you feel, uh-oh, just open it up. Open it up into the friction zone. You were pulling it in, that's why it fell. All right, let's do it again. Nice. Nice. Beautiful, man, beautiful. Beautiful. Nice, Jerry. All right, good speed, head and eyes, turn them. Perfect, perfect. Nice, Dave. Wow, that's the smoothest you've ever done that. He's finessing it, baby. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. That's okay, that's okay. So he's going too fast. We got to work on that with him. All right, straight through. Head and eyes. Good. Andy's good, but he's always looking at the ground. All right, Cliff, looking good. Head and eyes. All right. Speed there, speed. Remember, we don't need speed if you feel like you're falling. Just give it some power, it'll be all right. All right, head and eyes, look at the camera. You can back up if you want. That's just a balance thing. That happens. But remember, we're not doing exercise number 3 where you pick up your foot and it's not moving. As soon as it starts to move, then pick up your foot. All right? All right. Keep it loaded. Good, good, good. You're good, you're good. All right. Now right there, Cameron wasn't in the friction zone enough. Keep going, good. And that's why when he made this turn, as he's making the turn, the motorcycle was slowly falling and his foot comes down. All right, straight through. Good. No lean, straight up, Steve. You're working it out. I can see that because that was the smoothest you've ever made it.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the throttle not too high. And
Yep.
balance that brake out.
Mhm.
Very sensitive brake.
Yeah. You got a sensitive brake and a sensitive throttle. Excellent, Dave. Woo-wee! Beautiful. Now, we weren't stopping yet, but you stopped with the handlebars turn.
Yeah.
Straight through. I just want you to go straight through.
Yeah.
Just go straight through. I don't want you to stop. Just go straight through. Make sure you keep power to that rear wheel. Good. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. All right. Right turns next. Come to a stop, Cliff. Straighten out. Nice. Coming to a stop. Okay, so what happened there? That's what happened when you made that last turn. You're not in the friction zone enough. So I hear your throttle's fine, but the bike is still falling because you gotta open your hand a little bit more. And when you made that last turn, that's why you put your foot down, because the bike was going over because it wasn't in the friction zone enough. Good, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Don't stop with the handlebars turn. Go back around. Come to a stop, Jerry. Nice, good job. Come to a stop over here, Steve. All right, we got to be aware where those bags are.
Oh, I flipped it again.
Come to a stop, make sure you're straightened out. Nice. Yeah, we're working it out. Just go straight through. Nice and easy. Good. Stay in the friction zone. Head and eyes. You're looking right at this. That's why you're hitting. You're going right for it. Look at my camera and just trust and believe that if you have power, you're going to be okay. Just go around. We'll try it again. Okay, good. Slow down, slow down. Good, good, good. No, don't stop. That's 10 push-ups. I don't want you to stop. I want you to just stay at speed, at a nice speed, and just make this turn. Let's try that. Preload. Let's back up. Okay, keep going. Because I want you to have your balance and everything before you get to that turn. And when you get to this turn, make sure you keep power to the rear wheel. Drag that rear brake. Drag it. Don't give too much.
Let me go. I'm getting a cramp.
You getting a cramp? Okay.
I'm getting too flustered.
Yeah, you're getting nervous. Don't worry about it. Nothing.
Let me go.
Okay. Nice, Andy. Head nice. Your rights are better than your lefts. Straight through, straight through. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. You hear your bike shaking? Throttle's too low. There you go. Nice, Dave. Nice use of that rear brake. Very nice. Very nice. Because I saw he was getting ready to go a little bit long, and then I watched his foot go like this. I heard it. Nice, Andy. Oh yeah, much better. Good, keep it loaded. Good, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. There we go. He has to consistently keep his handlebars turned. He's going like this, and that's why he's ending up so wide. Nice, very nice, Steve. Yep, I knew this was going to be good. Wow, very nice. His rights are better too. The doctor's in the house. Nice, Cliff. All right. Keep your head in your eyes. Keep it loaded. Good. Keep it loaded. Handlebars, handlebars, handlebars. Very nice. Nice. I knew that was going to be the best turn because right here, you did a little dip to the left. So I knew it was going to give you a chance to turn earlier, and you kept it turned. That was the best of the day.
Great, thank you.
Beautiful. That time you didn't want to turn it. That's a balance thing now.
I get it now.
There we go. Keep it turning. There we go. You're good. Nice. Trust and believe. Exactly. Stop right there, Andy. Nice. You can get something to drink if you want. Come to a stop. Nice, hydration. Come to a stop. Go get something to drink, man. Nice, Jerry. Take a break. Come to a stop. Nice, Steve. Take a break. Stop. There we go. Turn it, baby. Turn it. Very nice. Working it out. Take a break. Right turn, nice and easy. Slow down, head and eyes. Rear brake, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Yeah, you just pull the clutch in, that's all. Pull the clutch in.
Thank you.
You got it, brother. So when you feel, uh-oh, you do what a lot of people do. You squeeze that clutch right in, and when you do that, it's gonna go right down. Also, you're leaning in the turn. So if you lean, there's really no forgiveness for pulling in the clutch. Whereas if the bike is straight up, you have a little bit more forgiveness. All right, so that's why we do this straight up. All right, brother. Oh, no. You see, so you can stop that right now. That's why we're doing this out here. There's nothing for you to be embarrassed about out here. Everybody drops their bikes out here. We all have to crawl before we can walk. So don't worry about that. Trust me, don't worry about that. Preload. Keep it loaded. See, because even him starting from here, it's implementing what we first did because it always comes up. And if you feel comfortable doing it straight and turning, you know, it makes everything else so much easier. All right, guys, exercise number 5, single serpentine coming up. All right, guys, before I talk about this exercise, excellent job on this exercise. I noticed a couple of things. So, Steve, now yes, Steve has, this is what I mean when I say when we first learned how to drive, the thing that we had the most difficulty with, or at least what was most intimidating, is judgment. Can I fit through this space with this car? That's what we're still dealing with the motorcycle. It's easier, but now Steve with these big saddlebags, he's got to be conscious of it. That's why I told him don't take them off, because he hit these cones once, but just missed them 3 times, right? And I know his goal is not to get as close as possible. So that means he's not really clear where they are. And you need to know where your motorcycle is. So when he made one of his turns and he squared it, he locked those handlebars and he kept them turned. That was his best turn. Dave, he's working out that sensitive throttle and sensitive rear brake. What a combination, right? So smooth. So as he's coming around this right turn, I'm seeing him working it out, and all of a sudden, I saw his bike started to lean to the right, and I saw him, I didn't see him open up his clutch, but I know he did, because then I saw the bike do this. But it pushed him out to the left because he opened it a little bit too much, right? But then he countered that with that's why we always cover the rear brake. Because if he didn't have his foot on the rear brake, by the time he gets to it, A, it's probably going to be too late, and B, he's probably going to smash at it. So good job. That's what I mean when I say being the boss means knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it based on what he's feeling. And if he feels too much power, brake. Not enough power, open up the hand. So good job, good job. And Cecil, listen, everything we're doing here today, the purpose of this stuff is to let you see what you need work with. And then you can work on your own doing it. You can come back here for a V.I.Preloader as many times as you want, and we'll make it happen, or you can make it happen on your own. But please don't just practice with me and don't practice when you leave. All right? Okay. Moving, any questions on that? Outstanding. Single serpentine, guys. Now listen, now I want some lean. This is what Cecil was doing in that turn. Cecil wanted to give himself speed because that's going to make him feel better, but that's not what we need. We just need power. Here, same thing. This exercise, oh my gosh, it's so much more than what I thought it was when I first started this. And a lot of people don't know how important this is. That's why people come in here and they want to do this. They're hugging the cones. It's not what this is set up for. It's not set up for speed. But we have to be in the happy part of this. You can't be going too slow. You can't be going too fast. Because I want you to lean the motorcycle and turn the handlebars. And can we turn our handlebars going fast? No. We turn like this when we're going fast. But this is setting you up for transitions, for swerving out there on the road. If you don't practice this, when uh-oh happens, even if you practice emergency braking all of the time, all you're going to be thinking is brake, 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 brake. Sometimes braking is not enough. Where a swerve would have helped you, but it's not even going to come into your mind, because when uh-oh happens, if you don't have muscle memory built in, you're going to resort to what you know, what your instincts are. All right? So what this is also going to do is get us accustomed to transitioning quickly. Because if we transition like this, you're not going to make it. No way you're going to make it, because that means you're going too slow if you could make it. And you can't lean if you're going too slow. So this is what I mean. You got to split the difference. Keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. You're going to be looking at this camera or looking at me, because you guys are going to be coming this way. Now, if you get to a good speed, you don't have to touch your rear brake at all. Boom, boom, head and eyes, straight ahead. Dip it and dive it. See where my motorcycle is? See how far out it is? That's how I want you to start. And when you make this first turn, don't just start coming out of it. I don't want you this close to the next cone. Not like this. If you go out wide, it will force you to lean, right? Because leaning helps us turn. We're all clear on that, right? All right. Cover the rear brake. Use it if needed, but if you use it, slightly, okay? Keep it loaded or not, depending on your motorcycle. See, so I want you to give me a little bit more throttle as you're riding. Dave, yours seems to be fine, just idle, so you're good. I'm gonna run through it right quick, and then you guys are gonna go through it. We'll do it a couple of times, or more if need be. Dip. 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 Head and eyes, straight ahead. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Now, a lot of people seem to think, oh, he's got bigger cones now. I can stare at those. They're older. They're still underage. You're all grown men. Don't stare at the cones. It's inappropriate. All right? Let your peripheral vision pick up the cones. Any questions? Yeah, you just got to transition faster, that's all. Good. Good, give me a little more speed, That was good. Very nice, Cameron. All right, so he's got these big bags, so he's got to stay wide. Slow down. Good. Oh, you were doing good too. Close. So if he just kept doing what he was doing, he would have been fine. Good. Turn it, baby, turn it, lean it. Turn it, lean it. Yeah. A little too slow, You can't lean if you're going too slow.
Now, I'm fighting with the throttle right now. It keeps wanting to go up.
Yeah.
Turn.
Try the second gear. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Slow down, slow down. Don't go too slow because then you can't lean. Wow, that Victory is as quiet as a Goldwing, maybe even quieter. Nice, Jerry. There you go. There you go. Show her who's the boss. Woo! There we go. Little burst of speed, but he corrected it with the rear brake. Nice, Cameron, nice. He's staring at every cone. Nice and wide, Steve, nice and wide. Good, good. What's happening with Steve is he wants to keep up a certain amount of speed. And if he's gonna go that fast, he's gotta turn the handlebars faster. That's why I say, watch your speed. The faster you go, the quicker you have to transition. It makes you have to do things quicker. Good, lean it, lean it. Ah. Good, head and eye, straight ahead. You're going too slow. Dip it, turn in, dip it. Keep it loaded, cover the rear brake, turn it, dip it. Don't go into here, don't lean in here. It'll come. That's why he's here. We're here to get better, we're here to practice. U-turn next. Nice. Woo, I didn't think he was going to make that. That's good. Good, slow down, slow down. God damn it! Keep hitting that same cone. There we go, cut it. Good, cut it. Cut it. Ah, you had it, Dave, you had it.
Throttle keeps moving around when I swing the bars.
Are you in second?
What's that?
Are you in second?
No, I'm in first. Let me go in a second.
Yeah, try that.
Good idea. Let me go second.
A little bit more speed, you're going too slow. Going too slow. So yeah, you can't go too slow because then you can't lean. All right, just a little bit faster. Try one more time. So Steve, what you're doing is you're going at a good clip of speed. But if you're going to go that fast, you got to turn your handlebars faster. That's why you keep hitting that same cone at the end. All right, stay wide the whole time. When you get to the end, you start narrowing up.
So I should slow down?
Yeah, slow down. Just a little. Good, nice and wide. Good. 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 The same cone. It's like as soon as he gets to this cone, he stops going wide because in his mind, I'm done. All right, Dave's gonna try this in second gear, see if it's any better. Good, dip it. Dip it. Good, dip it. There we go.
Second gear.
All right. Now you guys are gonna notice that Jerry's a throttle blipper. Throwing that gold ring around nicely, nicely. Rich the return rider, you seeing this? See, too much speed, too much speed, too much speed. That's what I mean when I say people want to go through this like a ski slalom. That's not what this is. If you hug the cones, you're going to hit the cones, most likely. Thanks, Andy. I'm going to stand by this cone that Steve seems to love or hate. He keeps hitting it. Good. 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 Wide. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. A little bit more speed. A little bit more speed. Going too slow. Good. Turn it. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Rear brake. Rear brake. Rear brake. Good. It's already getting better. There we go. Getting better. Like butter, Dave, like butter. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. Let's watch Jerry. See Cameron slow down here. Much better. Going fast, trying to do quick transitions, and wind up hitting cones. See, Steve is going a little fast here. So it puts him on top of that other cone. Whoa, he just missed that. Just missed that. Woo-wee, he's a speed demon. Nice, Steve. Well, you know what, guys? I said we were going to move on. But guys that were having issues with this, like Dave, he's trying it in second gear, and so far it's worked twice. And make that 3 times, so And then of course Cecil, so yeah, they want to keep working through it. There we go. There we go. It's just a matter of him practicing. All right. So what happens in exercise number 5, it always happens. Speed. People want to go fast. So Cameron went through there, and he went through nice. So the second time, he was cocky now. He's like, I got this. Boom, boom, boom. Because again, it's not meant to fly through. If you want to go faster, it means you're going to have to transition quicker. And isn't it harder to turn your handlebars the faster you go? So that's why you have to be going not too slow where you can't lean, but slow enough where you can. And then Steve, with this motorcycle's got a big ass, right? So he knocked out a couple of cones, but then he kept knocking down the cone right before the last one. Because in my mind, I'm assuming that Steve is like, all right, I'm done. So that last cone, he cuts it close. No, stay wide the whole time. And then the last time you got cocky too, the last time he went down, he was missing the cones by millimeters, but he didn't hit them because again, he's going like this. And when he goes back and he watches the video, he'll see, yeah, now I'm hot dogging it because the last time you watch him, he'll start out this wide and by the time he gets down there, he's doing this again, all right? Buy a sports bike, that's all I'm gonna tell you, man, if you wanna, But anyway, good job, and Dave went down to second gear. That helped him out. Cecil, when he first started, he went through the first cone, that was it. And already, Cecil, I saw the improvement, already. You went through 1, you went through 2, you didn't make the 3rd. Doesn't matter because, see, that's progress. So at the end of the day, when I ask you, I didn't even get to interview you, I forgot. But when I ask you guys to rate yourself, I'm always gonna ask you at the end of the day if your number changes. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it stays the same. But that number's for you guys, it's for nobody else, right? You know what you need to work on, blah, 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 blah. Any questions on the single serpentine? Definitely, guys, I want you to practice that. Steve, it's so important that you know where those bags are at all times, so important. Because quite frankly, depending on how cocky you are, how confident you are, you might be riding through someplace and a person gets hit by one of those. But in your mind, all right, they're clear. So we just got to know, we got to be aware. All right, this is what you've all been waiting for, I know it. Exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn, 27 feet wide. Cameron's never been here, but he said he's watched all one of my videos. So this is just for people that want to challenge themselves and try 18 feet or less. That's what this box is for. But if you don't want to deal with that, just come past this line and use all the space you have to make the U-turn, okay? Or you can come past the line and still try it, but at least there's no cones at the other side of it if you don't make the 18 feet. Okay, here's what I want. As you guys are approaching, unless you're going fast, like I saw Andy, exercise number 4, Andy was coming into there at a good clip, but right before the turn, slowed down. So he was at the appropriate speed. Same thing here, as you're coming here, just like the single serpentine, I don't want you going too slow. I don't want you going too fast. If you're going too fast, you're gonna wind up making a momentum U-turn. I don't want that. I want the friction zone, the motorcycle pulling you through this U-turn. So whatever speed you're going, if it's appropriate, stay at that speed. Cameron, head and eyes or handlebars, what are we turning first? That's right. Look at my camera. Head and eyes, handlebars. Now, we all have different dexterity. Everybody can't do this. So, you can turn your head in increments. So before you make your turn, if you want to look right here, at least if you're looking here, your peripheral vision should still be able to see. Because guys, yes, turning your head and your eyes helps you make the turn, makes it a little easier, but it's not necessary. But I want you to be in the habit of doing it because when you're out there in the real world, if you're in the habit of not looking before you turn, you can lose your life. It's that simple, especially in the U-turn. Don't look at your mirror and go, okay, everything's clear now, and now I can just turn. Stuff happens fast out there. So that's why when I say continually look, head and eyes, just keep looking. Anything changes, you got it, because this is what's controlling your bike and the brake. You don't need your eyes to look at your bike to make it work, all right? Another thing, don't lose space in here, guys. When you're going to make this turn, I see people do this all the time. They pull up, all right, head and eyes, handlebars. And then when they see they're not going to make it, now they want to commit to the lean. Commit to the lean right away. Head and eyes, handlebars, lean. Not a lot. Nothing in here is excessive. You don't have to lean a lot. You don't have to block your handlebars. None of that crazy stuff unless you're going to be in here, right? And even in there, you don't have to drag anything to make an 18-foot. Well, at least I don't. If I don't, nobody will be. You won't have to. All right? Any questions on that? All right. First time we go through this, we're just going to make a left U-turn, straight through. The next time when I tell you to, because we might do that twice, I'm going to have you stop and then make the U-turn. And then last, you're going to stop, make your U-turn, and then stop. Another thing, guys, when you make the U-turn, if I make a right U-turn right here, this is how I should end up. I don't want you ending up going like this, because all that means is for that little moment, you got caught in that turn, which means you're not in control. That's why you're going in this direction. You also shouldn't be going in this direction. Straight. That's how I want you to be at the end of the U-turn, whether you're stopping or not. All right? All right.
I got just a quick question.
Go ahead, man.
When you're entering that first cone, is that the point where you look over your left shoulder?
Good question. So his question is, when do I look? When's my head and my eyes? It really is, the answer to that is wherever you're going to make the turn. Because you can do it at any point. At any point. There's not one spot to look at. If you want, all right, I see what you're saying. You're doing the whole thing. About right here. Really, it's from this cone to about right here. To all of that space. You know, you could go for it. Because there's no right or wrong answer. Unless you said, I want to do it here, but I don't want to pass this white line. All right, then clearly you got to start about right here. Right? But I know you surprise me all the time, because the first time Steve came through here, he was only riding like 6 months. And he was killing it. All right, any more questions? All right. And nice. I'm letting the friction zone pull me through, not momentum. And nice. So you notice I'm not leaned a lot. I'm not locking the handlebars, nothing like that. Straight. All right? Any questions? All right, let's do it. Handy. Nice, Andy. Now you saw there, Andy made that turn and he's still coming to the left. I don't want that. I want him coming straight. Nice, Clifford. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect U-turn. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nice, Dave. Little more speed, but that's nice. Perfect. Perfect. A little bit more speed, a little bit more. Use the rear brake. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. 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 I keep seeing you pull that clutch in. This is how we learn, man. This is how we learn. Everybody out here has been on this ground, including me, multiple times. And I'm still ending up on this ground. It happens. Now, the question is, why did it drop?
I didn't have the bike in friction zone and I let off the throttle, I guess.
No? What you just said is right the first time. You pulled the clutch in. Every time that bike drops, I see you go, oh crap. You take all the power away. You pull it in all the way, you take all the power away, it's gonna fall. And you were good, look, you were there. But you got spooked when you didn't like the way that felt. And when you don't like the way it feels, you squeeze. When really you gotta do the opposite. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. Next time you come in here, wherever you are at in the friction zone, stay there. You don't have to do anything with your clutch. If you're moving at a good speed, stay right there, head and eyes, lean the bike, just keep it right there, you're fine. Try it again. Good, head and eyes, look at the camera, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. All right, a little bit more speed. That's why you can't lean. You're going too slow. Nice, Jerry. Guys, move up. Get out of that lane. Move up. Move up. Straight through. Andy's got his right ass cheek off the seat. Nice, Andy. Very nice. Nice, Dave. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Good, stay at that speed. Good, good, good. Stay in the friction zone right there. Head and eyes, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Nice, Jerry. Uh-oh, you're going for it soon. I feel it. All right, U-turn. All right, U-turn. You're looking good, Cliff. Looking really good. Very nice. Very nice. Nice, Dave. No, we're not stopping. Not yet, but you're good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop, don't stop. All right, stay in the friction zone, head and eyes. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, stop pulling the clutch in. I'm looking at your clutch hand. He's pulling it in like this. All right, U-turn. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Yeah, so he's not committing to the lean right away. Keep going, keep going. All right, U-turn. Woo! You had it, man. Now, what did I tell you guys about herky-jerkiness? The only reason he put that foot down is because he smashed at the rear brake. If he was just dragging it, he would have been fine. Come to a stop. Nice, Andy. Right turn's next. All right, come to a stop over there. Very nice, Cliff, very nice. Right turn's next. All right, come to a stop. Looking really good, Dave. Like a new man on this thing.
Feel better about it.
Yeah, you should. Very nice. Straight through. Good. Keep your clutch hand right there. Give me some more speed, more speed. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Keep your clutch right there. Don't pull the clutch in. All right, good. It's getting better. Still pulling the clutch all the way in. Should never be pulling it all the way in. Come to a stop. Hey, Cameron. So what you're doing is what I talked about. You're starting your U-turn like this. And then you don't commit to a lean until the top of the turn, and that's the only reason you're all the way over here. So when we go right, make sure as soon as you start your turn, commit to the lean. You're in the friction zone, so you don't have to worry about it. All right. Come to a stop, Jerry. Yeah, come to a stop. All right, come to a stop, Steve. The only reason you messed up on that is you jammed that rear brake. Because you were there, but that little thing made you put your foot down. You got it. Come to a stop. Good job. All right, I want to show you two guys something. Let me tell you what the hell I'm going to do before I do it. So Cameron, I already told you you're not committing to the lean right away. Cecil, you really don't want to commit, and your hand on your clutch is going like this. That won't be edited out. Tell them why, Dave. I forgot Dave. There we go.
Get a hard on when I see that. Yeah.
The last time Dave said that, he had a full helmet. You couldn't hear him. He was like, "Full the freedom." Okay. So Cecil, I see your hand going like this. Like you should never be doing this in slow speed, because you're cutting all the power from the rear wheel when you do that. And every time you've fallen, this is what you're doing. When you feel uh-oh, that's what you do. If the motorcycle's leaned, there's never a reason to do this, because now it's gonna fall. So I'm gonna make some circles here, not going at a high speed, because I want you to see that as long as I'm providing sufficient power to that rear wheel, I can lean this bike all the way over at a very slow speed and just go in a circle, right? And I want you to see that and remember that, because all I'm asking you to do is do a slight lean, right? Commit to the lean right away and trust that if you're in the friction zone, you're fine. Trust me, you're fine. Slow speed. A little lower. I'm not going fast, right? I'm not going fast at all. And then at that speed, my speed has to be perfect. If it's too slow, it's gonna fall. That's just physics. So what I'm asking you to do is trust that you can commit to the lean right away and you're gonna be fine, all right? All right, your right turns are better than your lefts anyway, so 10.5?
About how fast were you making that circle?
About 6 miles an hour. Yeah, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. It all depends. When I started dragging, I probably picked up my speed a little bit more because now I need it, right? All right. And yeah, your rights are better than your lefts anyway, so we'll see what happens. Right turns, Andy. Head and eyes, Andy. See how you start? I don't want you going this way. I want you coming this way. Andy's awesome, but I'm still going to check him on things if they need to be checked. Nice. Trust and believe, Cliff. That was trust and believe right there. I saw his foot move, but he didn't put it down. Oh my God, beautiful. Oh my God. Are you in second gear still? First, okay. Head and eyes, good. Good. There we go. Look how much tighter that is. Oh no, you already went. Cover that rear brake. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. You're looking over here. That's why you're going over there. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. But that's already better. You can see his rights are better than his lefts. When he did the first left, he wasn't even close. Nice, Steve. Good head and eyes, too. Perfectly straight at the end. Oh, I'm sorry. The hell am I thinking? There we go. No, we're not stopping yet. Nice, Cliff. Very nice. Do the same thing again, straight through. Commit, slow down. Good, good, good. Head and eyes. Nice. Good, faster, faster, good. Faster, faster, head and eyes. Keep it loaded, use the rear brake. Use the rear brake, use the rear brake. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there. See, that's from blipping. Wasn't in the friction zone enough. Very nice. I keep forgetting. Forgetting that you're coming over there. Straight through. Nice, straight through. All right, straight through. Nice. See how he threw that? He threw it over right away. Nice. Committed to the lean right away. That's automatically going to make his turn tighter as long as he keeps it, which he did.
Try with second gear now.
Okay. Don't get no smoother than that. No, we're not stopping yet, but okay. All right, looking much better. Good. Commit to the lean. Open up that clutch, that's all. Straight through. Straight through, good, good, good. Good, head and eyes. Good, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Just pull the clutch in, that's all. Well, your guards are doing the job. They're doing the job. Your bags have not been hit. First time you did this, you went around. Your speed was a little too much, but that was the closest you've made to making a turn. And you went out right here. This time, you're starting off going too slow. If you're going really slow like that and then you try to lean, it's just gonna fall unless you open up the clutch more. So you just need a little bit more speed and you'll be fine. But it's already improving, man, already improving. I hope you see it. If you don't, I do. You go back and watch this, you'll see it. What the hell are you doing coming over here? This ain't for you. All right, U-turn. All right, U-turn. Nice. See how he commits to that lean right away? All right, make sure you're in the friction zone enough. If you're going a little too fast, rear brake. All right, now that time he didn't commit right away, but he's good. Come to a stop. Nice, Andy, figure eight. All right, come to a stop and then follow Andy. Excellent. Very nice. Come to a stop and figure eight next. Oh my God. You must have bought another bike. That ain't the same bike. Not the.
My bitch now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, come to a stop. Ever since you put your foot down, now you're gun shy again. Now you're not leaning right away. That's why you're all the way over there. All right, figure eight. All right, come to a stop. Figure eight is next. Nice, Jerry. All right, come to a stop. Figure eight next. Excellent. All right, come to a stop, figure eight next. You going again, Cecil? All right, brother. Listen, if you want, you can always practice this while we move ahead too. That's an option. How did I know you were going again? How did I know? Dave is not ending on a low note. Got the veteran plates. Thanks for your service, Dave. All right. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, figure eight. All right, guys, listen. pleasantly surprised I am from that U-turn. So some of you guys, Jerry's one of them, you look at Jerry make that U-turn, especially from a stop, and it almost stops your heart because it looks scary. Because he's literally doing trust and believe in there, right? And what he's doing is he'll let the motorcycle fall and then catch it with the clutch, right? Now, if you're doing that from a stop, yeah, that's how you have to do it. But just like I told you guys, commit to the lean right away. What's happening is a lot of you guys are not committing right away, and then you have to lean a lot to make the turn. So you make that more difficult than it has to be, right? Like, that could just be me saying that. For you, obviously, it's easier. But if you open up the clutch where you have sufficient power and lean that motorcycle right away, I've already demonstrated for you, you're gonna be fine. Then you don't have to worry about it, right? So, but just excellent job, excellent job. And I knew you were gonna be doing the 18 feet thing anyway. And you're doing it on your bike, barely leaning, barely leaning. All right, so excellent job. Any questions on that? All right, that brings us to the figure 8. I assure you, you're good in here. I sprayed it all out. Sprayed it. I blew it all out. This is the same width as that U-turn. So the only way you can have a problem with this is on the transition, making the next turn. So what I'll say to that is, when you come in, when you come in here, you're coming through those cones right there. If you need it, come all the way to the side. Don't start your turn here. Whatever you give away here, you're gonna have to make it up over there. Come all the way over here. Head and eyes. Look at that green cone. Same thing here. Don't be right here and give up all that space, because now you're gonna have to make it up down there. So use all the space that you need. When you get to 12 o'clock, head and eyes, look at that green cone. Hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Don't get here and start coming out, because the goal is not that corner. That corner was your only goal for a corner. Hold it. Hold it. Don't start coming out. Hold it. Transition. Don't transition slow. If you're going to transition slow, start it from further back. Transition. Throw it over. Head and eyes. Look at that green cone. Hold it. Hold it. I'm at 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to look at that green cone. I'm always looking kind of behind me. And then hold that turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Head and eyes. Do it again. Exit. Right there. You can see I blew a little path right there, but you don't really need it. Now earlier, Cecil, I saw you were riding away from an exercise and you rolled through a patch kind of like that. And you had a slight lean. So this is what I mean when I say, guys, you got to always be aware of the ground. If you see that, your motorcycle should be straight up, because who knows, right? Who knows? That's clearly going to affect your traction. So we got to always be thinking like that. Any questions? All right, so I'm going to run through it, do it regular, then I'm going to do it in 4 parking spaces. Nothing changes as far as my throttle, my clutch. The only thing that changes, I have to lean more, turn the handlebars more. Head nice. Hold it. Head nice. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Head nice. Hold it. Hold it. Head nice. Head nice. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Head nice. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Straight up. Now I don't know what it is. It's not the neck bones connected to the whatever bone, but when I turn my head and eyes like this, I turn my handlebars the same way. You turn your head and your eyes slow, most likely you're going to turn the handlebars slow. All right? I'm not saying you got to be in here, getting whiplash, but just in a nice clip. All right? We have plenty of space, so you don't have to worry about that. Any questions? Doctor? Nice, Andy. Excellent. Hey, Andy, turn my bike off, please. Okay, thank you. All right, this one's gonna be tight, but he's got it. Nice, very nice. Speed, speed, speed. It's gonna be another tight one. Not bad at all, man. No, I got it. Appreciate it, brother. Who's next? Oh, Dave. Go wing 1 and go wing 2? Or 2 and 1? I don't know the order. Uh-oh, shifting gears. Started that early on the right. Head knives, Dave. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, you're golden. Woo-wee! Good, good, good. Transition. You're good, you're good. Lean it. Good, good. This is it. Look at the exit. First time on the go wing, baby. Excellent, Dave. Sound like a damn car. What the hell? Honda going. He's got a car horn. He's got car mirrors. Nice, Jerry. All right, this will be cake for Steve. Man, I'm so proud of Dave, man. He's like a new man on that motorcycle. But that's just proof that the more you practice, the better we're gonna get, the more confident we're gonna get. Because the first day he brought that out, I think he stayed on it until exercise number 4, and then he was like, nah, I'll get my Stratoliner. He wasn't feeling confident on it. Nice, Steve. Now, whole new man. And in his words, his motorcycle's his bitch now. Wow, very early. Watch that foot. Come back in, Cameron, come back in. Preload, preload, preload. Come on, come on. A little bit more speed, a little bit more speed. Go. Keep it loaded, head and eyes. Keep it, turn, 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 good, transition. He started the other one way too early. Head and eyes. Look at me, come to me. Keep it loaded, come on, come on, come on, come on, transition. Turn it, baby, turn it, turn it. Go ahead, start it over. Nice. Hydration. Very nice, very nice. Good. There we go, there we go. Trust and believe, baby. This one's gonna be a tight one too. He's good. Woo! Here comes the car horn. We got a car horn in this? It's a damn car horn. I'm just gonna step back. These guys don't need me. Step back and observe. There you go, trust and believe, baby. Nice. Very nice. Good, keep it loaded. You notice he's barely at the top of this figure eight because he's staying tight at the bottom. Nice. Excellent, hydration. Good. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. Too early. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. So remember, you're supposed to be coming to me. That's why I said, hold it, hold it. You came this way. That's why that was so tight. Try it again. Nice, nice use of space. Lean it over, baby, lean it over. Too straight up. Now that time he's early, so it's going to be tight at the top. Too early over there, it's going to be tight up there. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 9, the Abominable Snowman, because again, we're skipping exercise number 8 because of the ground conditions. Let's do it. Go again, Dave. Good, hold it, hold it, hold it. Good, 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 hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Here we go, it's money. Money, money. There we go. That's how we close this exercise, with the car horn. All right, guys. Again, we skipped 8, so now we're in 9. I like this exercise because there's something in here for everybody. The green cones just separate the circles. There's 4 different circles. 27-foot circle, 25 feet, 22 feet, 18 feet. Don't go any further than you want to go. It's that simple. Hold up. Before I even talk about this, just an outstanding job on that figure 8. Couple of trust and believe moments. Cliff, you just, man, you're making that thing look smooth, man. Rich the rider, Rich the return rider. I hope you're watching this, man. It's even the same color as yours. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. And making it look smooth. 27, 25, 22, and 18. You don't need to go any further than you're comfortable going. You're going to enter and exit from the 4 cones down there, the double cones. So if all you want to do is the first one, 27 feet, go in one circle, one full circle, and then go back out. Whatever you do, I want you to do the same thing going in the other direction, okay? If you want to do the 27 and then the 25, go around, come through, I'm going to demonstrate it. Full circle on 25, and then go back out, 27, so on and so forth. All right, I already know some people are going to be up here. So what I will say is this to you. Because if you're struggling with this, even 27 feet, this might be relevant. When you come into the circle, if you're going to make a left turn, don't turn from here. Bring your wheel right here. So if this is 3 o'clock, put your wheel right in front of it, almost between these 2 cones. And then hug these 2 cones. Like, don't commit to the turn from there, because now you're giving all of that away, right? You don't want to lose space. Hold it. Hold it. Commit when you get to the top. Commit. So now over there I was telling you commit right away. Here I'm telling you do not commit right away, right? Now that's more relevant in here than it is down there. So don't worry about it. What I was starting to say was, Clifford with the trust and believe on that gold wing. Yes, I was talking to Rich the return rider. Yes, I remember now. So I'm just saying, and I know how he is, and I know you're in Tennessee, so you're not close. But the next time he's gonna be here is March 12th with D Zhang on his Gold Wing. So it could be a Harley Davidson shootout, a Gold Wing shootout, and then whoever's the top of those, they go head to head. This is not a competition though, I say that all the time. All right? It's not a competition. If it is, it's friendly, right? It's friendly. All right, let me show you guys a quick demonstration, and then you guys can show me how to really do it. "25 feet. Hug these cones, commit. Keep it loaded. Head and eye. Wheel placement, hug it. Commit. Head and eyes. Wheel placement, hug them. Commit. I can stay here all day now. And then do the same thing. All right? Any questions? All right, Doc. See, now here's the sun. Where's my umbrella?
Find it.
Because my wife said don't send it out because there's already 11 people in it.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. All right.
But you can, of course, you can come if you want, especially if you got the Gold Wing.
Okay. I might bring Sexy Bike instead, but yeah.
Okay, whatever.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem,
I'll
man.
send you a message.
Okay. Who's going next? You going next, Cliff? Oh, you did? Nah, I was talking to this guy. You did that on your Harley too?
I don't know.
No, I know you could. I mean, did you?
No, I have.
Ah. Okay, good. He's doing the first two circles, 27, 25. And that's fine. Trust and believe, baby. Jerry keeps the throttle a little low. He's a blipper. And that's why you'll see his bike just like jerking up and down and up and down. But he handles it. All the way over, Jerry. Keep it loaded. Now we got Steve here. Nice. Steve has excellent head and eyes too. Excellent head and eyes. So if as he comes in here tighter, we want to make sure that we have proper wheel placement. All the way over. He's starting early, but he's good. Good. Hug it. Commit. You had it, Steve. You had it. You got spooked, but you had it. His wheel placement was good. He had it. But that lean feeling, he didn't like the way it felt. So the foot came down. Trust and believe. Cameron. Very early on that one, but he's fine. And I know that based on what I'm seeing all day from him. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Your speed's too low. Throttle's too low. Little faster, little faster. Good. Head nice. A little bit more speed. You can't lean if you're going too slow. Good. Head and eyes. Look at the green cones. Good. Wheel placement all the way over. All the way over. Lean it. Head and eyes. Turn it. Turn it. You're not turned. All right. You're good. You're good. See the speed he's going? And I'm not saying that Cameron has to go that fast, but he has to go faster than what he's going so that the motorcycle doesn't feel like it's going to fall. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice, Andy. Cecil's over there practicing the U-turns. Very good. Take advantage of the time that we have out here. The setup out here, that's always an option. If you don't want to do something else, go back and practice the other stuff on your own. That's always fine, perfectly fine. Nice, Andy. He was all the way over on that one. All right, here comes Cliff. Cliff did 27 and 25. He's early on that one. He's giving up a lot of space at the top, but he's good. Nice, Cliff. Really nice. A little bit more speed, Dave. A little bit more speed. Just a little. Yeah, you can't lean if you're going that slow. Jerry's coming up here, I already know. All right, hug him. Lean it, lean it, lean it. Okay, so here's what's happening. Because you don't keep your throttle steady, it's hard for you to stay lean that much.
Yeah.
That's why your bike keeps straightening out.
Yeah, we're trying to work on that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so that's what's happening, and this is why I don't like the throttle blip. Preloading, keep it loaded. Hold that throttle and the clutch. Keep it right where it is.
Harley, I just about used every turn that bike had.
Yeah.
The switch in direction.
Yeah, that was because you made that one. That reverse that you did was so, it had to be tight, and bam, right back into it. That was beautiful. So when we get over there and you do the keyhole.
We'll see.
Oh please.
Don't
We'll see.
please me.
I mean, come on. It's based on what I'm looking at. That's nothing, especially for that bike. It's nothing for you. Nothing at all. Right here, all the way over. Good. Hug him. Lean. Trust and believe, Steve. It even rhymes. Trust and believe, Steve. He's got that 18 feet. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, too early, too early. Too early. Very early, but he's good. Early. Shut it off, shut it off, shut it off. Okay. Okay, so the only well, why did it drop?
It wasn't going fast enough.
Well, that, yeah, not enough power to the rear wheel because the speed wasn't the issue. Okay. But what is the issue is you're starting that turn right here.
Okay.
So you're giving all of that up, and that's why you looked and was like, damn, I'm tight. And that's when you committed. Okay. Yeah, so remember, if you're gonna make a left turn, put your wheel right here. You don't give up any space, okay. Right? But you made that last time, you did the same thing. This time you just got a little spooked pulling the clutch. All right. Looking good, man. I'm definitely surprised, Cameron. I wasn't expecting this. Good, hug it, lean it. There we go. Let's see with the throttle whipping, his bike's going like this. He's used to it, but it definitely affects him. It affects him based on what he's trying to do out here, which is a turn this extreme. But in normal riding, of course, he'll be fine. Forget about fine, he'll be above average. He is above average, but you know what I mean. Lean it, head and eyes, head and eyes. You're looking right here. Look, his bike even pretty much stays in it with his foot down. So his bike can easily do this.
No, but I want to make sure it's terminal.
Oh, okay. The doctor's in the house. Uh-oh. Too early, Cliff, too early. Oh, that's right, prove me wrong, brother. Prove me wrong. See, that's confidence right there. First two times, he didn't even come to this box. This time he did. And this was just a mental fault right here because he got no problems doing this. You got it?
Yeah.
No. I don't have to ask you what you did wrong. You already know. But he's got guards on his bike, so it's protected. Jerry, go back in right here. We got off camera Andy And Sisu helping out Cameron with his bike. Preloader Nation, baby. And Andy has on the white jacket, so it just looks like the doctor's in the house. Come on, come on. All right, lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it. You're not leaning. Your rights are better than your lefts. I didn't know he was coming back around.
Sorry about that.
Nah, it's my fault. All the way over. Good. Hug it. Lean it. There we go. See all that jumping? I mean, that's a result of throttle blipping and rear brake. Heavy on the rear brake. Remember, we're just lightly pressing that rear brake, dragging it, but we don't stomp at it. Good, good, good. Hug it, lean it. Too much space over here. Woo! Yep, that's the only reason. He gave up a lot of space here. So remember, when you get into a turn, just because you make it around the first revolution doesn't mean you're going to make it around the second. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. And in that case, he needed to straighten out his handlebars just a tad so that he can go wider. He stayed tight, which made him give up a lot of space on this side, and that's what made it tight on the other side. Situational awareness. Good. Lean it, lean it. Yeah, you don't like the lefts. Watch that foot. You don't like the lefts. The rights are more comfortable. I'm sorry, you don't like the right. Yeah. The left turn you feel more comfortable. Because your motorcycle's in it. You just don't like the way it feels. You put your foot down.
So, I'm just gonna get out of my head about it.
All right, we're going to the bonus. All right, guys, we're going to be moving on to the bonus exercise, the maze. All right, guys, this is the last, I'll say, coned exercise. It's the maze. Of course, like everything else, voluntary. Very simple. Well, it's just 18-foot U-turns or less. If you start over here, 2 lefts and 1 right. You start over here, 2 rights and 1 left. There's a keyhole right here. If you say, hey, I'm going to tackle the maze, screw that keyhole, just go right past it, act like it's not even there, right? And if you decide to do it, however you want to do it. You come in this way, you can go in, make a left. Next time, make a right, whatever. Sometimes when you make a turn, and this is what Cliff was doing. Sometimes when you make a turn, just because you made the first revolution doesn't mean you're going to make the second. Sometimes you have to make corrections. So when Cliff made one of those turns, he made the first turn. As he was coming around, I said to myself, if he stays in that same lean, he's going to be too far away, which means when he comes back around, he's going to be tight over here. And that's what happened. So that's situational awareness. You have to say, all right, I'm tight. That's when you have to actually straighten up a little bit so that you can go wide and make up that space. That's all that happened over there. But just excellent on that damn Goldwing, excellent. Sometimes your speed and your wheel placement is determining how much you have to lean, right? So if you put your wheels where they're supposed to be and then hug those top cones, you don't have to lean as much, all right? Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate this and then you guys go for it. So listen, when you're coming this way to go in, hold up. To make things easier, remember, again, situational awareness, use all your space. If you're gonna go into this keyhole, when you're coming this way, this is not the time to make that turn like this. You wanna kind of stretch it out. So make sure you come all the way over here and stay at the top of this. This is gonna give you more time to come back over here and give you a better angle going in here without hitting one of these cones. I'm letting you guys know, I already ordered some cones that size. They're gonna go right here. Every place people gotta make a tight turn, I'm putting a big cone there from now on. It's not a competition. All right, Andy. I boxed you in there on purpose. Now he can clear those cones easily. Easy, easy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Trust and believe. Good job, man.
I got it, but it was rough looking.
You gotta go the other way now.
I know. It was rough looking.
That's what made it look so good. I like to see it rough and watch you work it out. If everything in our life went smooth, we wouldn't get anywhere. We have to be tested every now and then. And man, he passed with flying colors. That bike did everything it could possibly do, it did. Next.
I'll try it after Jerry.
You try it after Jerry? Okay. Now again, Jerry's a throttle blipper. So his bike starts doing this. That doesn't help you out in there. All the way over, stay deep, hold it, hold it, hold it. Doesn't that sound familiar? Hold it, hold it. Ah. Lead it, baby, lead it, lead it. There you go. So he definitely likes the lefts better than the rights. Nice, all the way over, all the way over. Too early. You're not over enough. You gotta go all the way over when you're coming back this way. Yeah, so once you made the turn, you gotta get all the way to the left.
All the way over here?
No, in the lane that you were in, but
Oh, come all the way over here. Oh, I see.
when you made the turn, you were right here. You should have been right here. Yeah, you're ripping yourself off. You made that first turn with ease. Hold up. You going, Cameron? Oh. Head and eyes. Good. All the way over, all the way over, all the way over. Still too early. That's why you're hitting that cone. Still too early. Head nice, head nice. Too slow, you're going too slow. Keep your speed up. So what he's doing wrong is his speed is good, and right before the turn he slows down. That's when you need it in the turn. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Your whole bike is shaking. Throttle's too low. See? All the way over. All the way over. What are these, like transmitters to show you who won?
It actually picks up, because the beam of light goes across.
Okay.
As they come through, the front one tells you how fast you was, and the second one tells you who wins.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are not playing. Not playing. I saw, I said, where's he going? Nice, Andy. Very nice. He's showing out now. He's showing out. He came to a stop. Like what? That was a mic drop stop. Lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it. So when you're trying to make that first turn, you're not going to make an 18-foot turn unless you lean this motorcycle. Okay. And you can't lean it if you're going too slow. Okay. Commit to that lean right away, friction zone, you're good. Oh, Steve's going? Heading nice? All the way over, all the way over, all the way over, all the way over. Good. it, lean it. There we go, there we go. Ah. So that's the thing about the keyhole. Just when you get the turn, now you got to get the exit. You definitely better go in, yeah. Last time, last time. Last time. Head and eyes, turn it, lean it, turn it. Watch that heel. You're looking at the ground. You should be looking that way when you're gonna make that turn. Head and eyes, you look down, you're gonna go down. Try it again. Good, head and eyes, lean it. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Throttle's too low. Commit. All the way over. Commit. Right away. All the way over. Commit. Follow the leader, people. All right, Cameron, I want you to listen carefully. A lot of people get eliminated from follow the leader because they don't follow the rules. It had nothing to do with skill. I'm going to be the leader. Andy's going to be second. Jerry's going to be third. I don't give a shit what happens after that, right? But if Andy screws up, Andy's out. There's no more mulligans. If you're out, you're out. We used to have Little League rules out here. No more.
Robert said I had to grow up.
All right. If I do something and you don't do it, you're out. And that means the way I do it. When I make a stop before a turn, if I stop before the turn and you just roll through it, you're out. Pull your motorcycle over there in the middle. We're gonna do one circle around you. We're gonna honk our horns. Don't get scared if Dave does his, 'cause it sounds like a damn car. And you can stay there, trust me, you're not gonna be alone for long. If I stop in the middle and you say, I'm gonna come over to the right, you're out. Pull over there, one circle. And if you don't know you're out, I'm gonna tell you, you're out. If you put a foot down, you're out. If you hit a cone, you're out. If you ride on the grass, unless I rode on the grass, you're out. Any questions? Now, if we're in an exercise where, because there is gonna be a time where I'm gonna try to bring my motorcycle to a complete stop to get somebody to put their foot down. If Andy puts his foot down, and then you put your foot down after Andy, only Andy's out. But if you put your foot down before Andy, you're out. All right? It's that simple. Any questions? Also, don't be trying to be 20 feet behind me. You got to be, we got to kind of be close together. All right? I'm going to have my 360 camera kind of high up so I can catch you people that are, might be a little shifty. All right? And when I'm editing this video, I'm going to blow you up. All right? All right, let me get suited up. Let me get the camera on. And we can get going. right, guys. The slow race. I got my money on somebody. I'm not going to say who it is. All right, listen. Here's the rules. Very simple. I'm going to have my hand in the air. When I say on your mark, get set, I'm going to put my hand down on go. My hand comes down, and your foot is still on the floor, on the ground. Just stay there. You're out. If you hit the lines that are on the side of you, just stop. You're out. If you're in here and you put your foot down, just stop where you are. You're out. That way I can see where everybody is. Okay? The last one to have their back wheels passed. Right here. My camera's here. My camera's looking at the finish line. These are the cones. Last one's the winner. Any questions? All right. Start your engines. On your mark. Get set. Go. Clip is out. Cameron's out. Of course, the wind picks up. Steve is out. Uh-oh. Winner! Do it again! Not bad, Steve. Jerry, you got it. One more time, tiebreaker. Cameron's out. Steve is out. And he's the winner. Outstanding. All right, Jerry, before I say anything, thank you again for taking the time out to create and make this thing for me. Just words can't express enough, because again, you're in your house. I don't know what the hell you were thinking about, but the fact that I was on your mind, I appreciate it. I don't take that for granted, man.
Hey, you're welcome.
Did you enjoy yourself out here?
I had a blast.
What did you rate yourself when you first came out?
6.
Any change in that number?
Yeah, like I say, I'm going to stick with it, I think, because I ain't made it through the keyhole yet, but one way. But I'll get there.
I'm sure you will, but I said it before and I'll say it again. There's no way in the hell that keyhole determines your rating. That's just my opinion. Always a pleasure, brother.
Yep, enjoyed it. Be back to see you soon.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely. I am here to be the boss of my motorcycle.
Oh, you're the boss. You were the boss before you got here, which is beautiful. What did you rate yourself when you first came?
7.
Any change in that?
7.75.
Yeah, listen, you're excellent on that bike, and tough nut to crack and follow the leader. Any words? Do you want to give any words as the champ of the slow speed race?
Yeah, being champ is only temporary because everybody's practicing, but practice, practice, practice.
Riding and wrenching. You see that? That's a real champion. You see how he's humble? He's not talking crap. Because when you're a real champ, you don't have to boast. Your skill level does the talking. So I want him to see what a real champ, stand please, face the camera. I want him to see what a real champ looks like at the slow race. No crap talking. All right, and you'll have a chance to go against him.
Yes, I will.
That's right, that's right. All right. Did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely.
You remember what you rated yourself when you first came out?
1.
Any change in that number?
Maybe a 2.
Okay. All right, it's still too low, but pleasure to see you again, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right. Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a lot of fun, absolutely.
Beautiful. What did you rate yourself when you first came out?
A 6?
Any change in that?
Yeah. No, wait a minute. I rated myself a 5.
Any change?
And I changed it to a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Give me the mic before you change your mind. I see you soon, brother. You ride too?
I'm trying.
Oh, shoot. You done started something.
Yes.
Please introduce your bride.
It's my wife, Patricia.
Patricia. And Patricia, I just learned that you are riding or trying to ride.
I'm trying to ride. I'm learning.
Are you a preloader?
No, not right now.
Been telling you that for a while.
I'm trying.
Are you subscribed to my channel? He is.
He is.
And you're
but
not.
he told me I needed to.
Yeah.
So I plan on doing that.
Yeah, but do you watch the videos at least?
Yes, I've watched videos.
Good.
Certainly.
Because that's the start to all. That's the start to your motorcycle riding journey, and you're in good hands with Cliff. Clearly, you are, because you're in good hands.
Yes.
Cliff, did you enjoy yourself today?
I did. I had a blast today.
What'd you rate yourself when you first came out?
3.
Any changing that number?
Just to a 4. And the reason behind that is that I haven't. It's my first time actually doing the 22-foot circle in my practices. So I did that change myself. I was able to do it once. So I think that's something for me to actually take back, be happy about. Okay, yeah, I improved on something. So.
What does the first time doing something have to do with the rating if you knocked it out the park? I'm not going to argue with your number. I'm just saying I still say it's low. And listen, full disclosure, I interviewed everybody, screwed up, never hit record. So we're doing it again. This was a chance for him to go, change that 4. He's sticking to that 4, so. But I'm glad I'm doing it again because Patricia wasn't in the last one. And,
thank you.
Pleasure to meet you, dear.
Oh, my gosh. Likewise. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, I got to meet my goals first. Then I can say, okay, I'm
and your goal is an 18-foot U-turn, right?
On a goal.
And when you do that, where are you going to rate yourself?
Then I'll be up about at least a 7.
Give me my mic, man. Ridiculous. Cecil, come on, man. Unbelievable. I do that, then I'll be a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You're welcome. All right, brother. Well, you weren't here from the beginning, so I have to ask everybody, introduce you to everybody. What's your name?
My name is Cecil Wilson.
Cecil, where are you from?
I live in Atlanta. I'm originally from Guyana in South America.
Okay. And how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I've ridden when I was a kid. I've had this bike for 2 years.
How long have you been practicing slow speed riding? That's the question.
Well, I haven't really been practicing slow speed. From time to time. You do it, but obviously I need to.
Yes, as we all do. As we all do. And what are you riding today?
I'm riding a 2020 Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager.
Nice, nice. And I see a name on it. Whose name is that?
Oh, that's my mom. She passed away. And
my condolences. And
oh, thank you.
And he's got her name on the sides, the front, and the back, which is standard for, at least for the NYPD, have to show it's a police vehicle on all 4 sides. And that's what your motorcycle, your mother's well represented.
Well,
listen,
thank you.
I know you're not around the corner, but I'm always here, man. So make sure you watch those videos, go out and practice whatever, everything that you, and listen, another good thing is when we went forward, Cecil stayed behind, and I saw him practicing single serpentine, I saw him practicing the U-turns, and I saw him practicing right turns, left turns from a stop. And that's what this is about, guys. That's why I say you don't have to stay with us the whole time. If you feel more comfortable going back and practicing some other stuff, and continue to practice when you get back to Atlanta.
Well, now I know what I need to be proficient
Exactly,
in.
exactly.
Now you.
Pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.